Hi friends, welcome to Bible class. What time is it?
Class time.
Tick tock goes the clock. Tick tock goes the clock. Little boys and little girls, it's time to come to Bible class. It's time for Bible class. Girls, do you remember who we talked about last week?
Queen Esther.
Queen Esther, and how she saved her people, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. This week we're going to talk about a prophet. Do you know what a prophet is?
It's one of God's truly assistants.
It's one of God's helpers, isn't it?
Right. I forgot.
A prophet was someone who talked to God and gave God's message to God's people. So today we're going to talk about this prophet. Do you know who it is?
Jonah.
It is Jonah.
You look at the name.
That's
Jonah.
right. His name's on there. And what do we know Jonah for?
The big fish.
The big fish.
Jonah and the big fish.
What happened to Jonah?
He got.
Did he get swallowed by a big fish?
Yeah.
You know why?
Because he didn't do what was right.
That's right. He didn't follow what God
He was
said.
a kid. Kids make mistakes.
No, he wasn't a kid, but he did make a big mistake, didn't he?
He knew not to go there.
Okay, let's sing a song about Jonah. Who did, swallow Jonah? Who did, who did swallow Jonah? Who did swallow Jonah? Who did swallow Jonah up? Big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, swallow Jonah. Big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, swallow Jonah. Big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish, swallow Jonah. Big fish, swallow Jonah up. This is Jonah and the Big Fish, adapted by Tess Fries and illustrated by Cheryl Mindenhall. Long ago, there was a great city of Nineveh. The king and the people of Nineveh were very mean and did many things that made God unhappy. God planned to destroy the city and all of the people in it, but he loved the people and wanted to give them a chance to do right. So God decided to send a man named Jonah to warn them that they must change. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and tell all of the people of his plan. But Jonah didn't obey. He ran to the sea and got on a ship that was sailing far away from Nineveh. He thought he could run away from God. But God knew where Jonah was, and he sent a fierce storm that caused the sea to be rough and rolling. The sailors were afraid. They called on their gods to quiet the storm, but the winds blew harder and the waves grew higher. They thought the boat would sink, so they threw some of the ship's load overboard, but it didn't help. All of this time, Jonah had been sleeping in the bottom of the ship. The captain woke him up and said, "What are you doing? Get up and ask your God to save us, or we will drown." Jonah said to the terrified sailors, "Throw me overboard, and the sea will be calm again. I know the storm has come because of me." The sailors didn't want to throw Jonah into the sea. They rowed and rowed, trying to get the ship safely to shore, but the storm only got worse. Finally, the sailors knew that they must do as Jonah said. They picked Jonah up and threw him into the furious sea. The wind stopped blowing, the sea became calm, and the ship sailed away. Jonah went deeper and deeper into the sea, but he didn't drown. God sent a huge fish to swallow Jonah whole, and he stayed in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah was very frightened. He prayed to God from inside the fish. He was sorry he had disobeyed. God listened to Jonah. He caused the fish to spit up Jonah onto the sandy beach. Then God told Jonah to go to the people of Nineveh and tell them what he had said. The king of Nineveh heard Jonah's warnings and was afraid. He took off his royal robes and put on sackcloth and sat in ashes. He told his people to wear sackcloth and to tell God they were sorry. They would all start to do what was right from now on. God did not punish the people of Nineveh because he loved them and he knew that they were truly sorry. Every day you choose between right and wrong, to obey or disobey. God wants you to obey always, even when it seems too difficult. God will be there to help you do right. But the Lord provided a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was inside the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah 1:17. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are his, the rivers are his, the stars are his handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. Jesus called them one by one, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. Next came Philip, Thomas too, Matthew and Bartholomew. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. He called them one by one. James, the one they called the less, Simon, also Thaddeus, 12th apostle Judas made. Jesus was by him betrayed. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. He called them one by one.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
And not my foot.
I've got peace, love, and joy like a river, I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean, I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain in my soul.
And not my feet.
I've got peace, love, and joy like a river, I've got peace, love, and joy like an ocean, I've got peace, love, and joy like a fountain in my soul.
And yes, my foot. A couple of different crafts for you today. The first one is this cute little Jonah getting eaten by the big fish with a clothespin. So print out the page and follow the directions.
No, I can just wait until his turn.
Okay, here's our finished product.
Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom, nom.
Thanks, Lily. Here's our other cute little craft today. Put a link on the website for this cute little origami big fish. It's really easy. All you have to do is print it, cut it out, and stick it together.
Nom, 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 nom.